Today, we're going to be diving into a topic that everyone is interested in, perhaps the ultimate goal in life, happiness. And in particular, we're going to be looking at what habits we can do to bring more happiness into our life. But we're not going to be talking about the usual advice like eating well, sleeping enough, and exercising. Instead, I've got 6 slightly unique habits that I believe can massively boost your happiness levels. So let's get into it. Okay, habit number 1 is self-reflection. And I'm starting with this because ultimately you're never really gonna know what brings you happiness unless you stop to think about it. As too often I think that we can just drift through life or whatever path we happen to have fallen on without actually ever stopping to think, am I enjoying this path that I'm on? Do I even know what I really enjoy and what brings me happiness and what makes me tick? And so taking time to reflect on your thoughts and actions is crucial to gain that level of self-understanding and awareness. And once you have reflected on your experiences and hopefully worked out what you do enjoy and what makes you happy, you then need to carve out a sufficient amount of time within your day to do those things and try to cut out anything within your life that doesn't bring you such joy. For instance, for me, exercise is my absolute go-to. I enjoy doing it and I feel way better and happier when I do. And so I know that no matter what I've got going on in my life, exercise is an absolute must. But it doesn't have to be exercise. It could really be anything, like spending time with friends and family, or being creative, or spending time in nature. The key though is to just really reflect and work out what those things are and then protect them within your life at all costs. Habit number 2, stepping outside your comfort zone. Now at first this might seem a little bit counterintuitive because how is something that is outside your comfort zone and something that probably doesn't come naturally to you, something that is actually going to bring you happiness? But the truth is again that too often we just sail through life without ever challenging ourselves and do anything we can to avoid anything that scares us a little bit or that potentially could bring us discomfort. But the truth is that life begins at the end of your comfort zone. Because if you're never doing anything outside of it or never doing anything that does push your limits, you're ultimately just stagnant. So make sure to regularly do things that are outside your comfort zone. But just a little bit outside of your comfort zone, because you don't want to be doing things that are going to completely terrify you and overwhelm you. But pushing your boundaries a little bit will lead to increased personal growth and confidence, and the sense of achievement that you will get when you successfully do something that is a little bit scary is immense and will bring you great levels of happiness. Habit number 3, routine. Now this may sound a little bit boring, but when I get to the end of a holiday, one of the things that I look forward to most about going home is getting back into my routine. Because whilst spontaneity and a sense of freedom does have its charm, having a daily routine, I find, really provides a sense of control and stability. And it ensures that I get everything that I need to done while still having a sufficient dose of the things that I enjoy doing in life. So my advice is try to establish routines, like setting a regular wake time, or planning your meals, or scheduling your work and relaxation times. As doing this, I believe, really does reduce stress within your life and makes life that much more manageable and predictable, and therefore happier. Okay, habit number 4, social interaction. Now, as a more introverted type person, social interaction is not necessarily something that I would think is key to my happiness. But the truth is, we are all social creatures, and interactions with others can significantly boost our happiness levels. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to go and socialize with big groups of people for hours on end every day. In fact, doing that would drain the hell out of me. But the key, I think, is to try to build meaningful connections with certain people and then make sure that you do have sufficiently regular contact with those connections. Because in today's world where there is a bit of a loneliness epidemic, meaningful connections really is key to provide emotional support, foster a sense of belonging, reduce feelings of isolation and depression, and it does provide opportunities to share experiences and moments of joy. So spend time with family, schedule regular meetups with friends, or even just join some clubs that interest you to make sure that you do get enough social interaction. Habit number 5, surround yourself with happy, positive people. Because positivity is contagious, and the people you spend time with will massively impact your mood and outlook on life. Motivational speaker Jim Rohn famously said that we are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. And whether or not that's completely accurate, I don't know. But the energy and attitude of those around you for sure influences your own mindset and behaviors. Because when the people around you are naturally happy and positive and provide encouragement and support, you just feel way more optimistic and motivated yourself. And you can also draw inspiration from those people around you. So build relationships with happy, positive, optimistic people, and also try to cut out as much as possible the amount of time that you spend with negative individuals. And finally, habit number 6, do new things. And whilst I think there's actually something to be said for finding joy in the monotony of life, I also do think it's important to sprinkle in new things to your life. Whether that's seeing new places, learning a new skill, or just experiencing something for the very first time. Engaging in new activities stimulates your brain and brings joy and excitement and makes life that bit more vibrant and enjoyable. So there you have 6 slightly unusual habits to increase your levels of happiness. I hope you enjoyed this video and found something useful. And if you also want to check out why you should do 4 other, perhaps slightly more well-known habits for happiness, please do check out my previous video here. Please make sure that you also do subscribe to the channel. Obviously, I mean, why wouldn't you? And thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in my next video.